Hello everyone, it's Bob Mitch and welcome back to some more Internet Spaceships. We are back on the PTU, we are on patch 4 I think now, so build 4 since the Wave 1 release, and as you can see we have a Zeus sitting in front of us. Everyone and their mother is throwing out Zeus videos now, so I thought I'd throw mine into the mix because Zeus is here and I haven't had a look at it yet. I've been watching some of the videos, but I didn't own one, and I'm not even carty, so I haven't had access to one outside of asking for one, but I figured I was going to wait until live, and then I was going to have a fiddle with it. However, they have released the patch last night and said that Wave 1 have access to it, so Wave 1 subscribers and so on have access to the Zeus. So I'm going to abuse it, I'm going to fly around the Zeus for a bit, I'm going to have some fun. Now this one is the ES, so this is the bog standard one, and it's interesting to see it's got the same graphical glitches that the 890 does. I think it's down to DLSS, that, isn't it? But yeah, so this is the Zeus. This is essentially Connie Mark V until they do a Connie rework, because it's the new RSI sexy look. And it does look nice, I can't fault that. It does look like a fantastic ship. I'm not dressed properly. Technically I should be in the massive RSI Michelin Man Zeus suit, but I wanted to keep things tidy for now. But we're going to go and have a look. So this is the one that isn't the cargo variant. This is the bog standard one, so this is the one that everybody can fly, and is just used for exploration and doing what you want. It's essentially going to be, I think, a bunker taxi for a lot of people. No like laser projection of the floor like there is on the C1 Spirit. Maybe that's just specific to Crusader models. We do have this awesome glass that hides the landing legs, so if I punch this, I haven't walked around this by the way and done much. Yeah, you can see the landing suspension struts that hide it in here. And then in the back here we have a fairly modest cargo bay. As I've outlined to Ollie previously and people on Discords and things, I'm not a fan of this as a cargo ship. The ship itself is gorgeous. It's an amazing modern design, really liking the look for the new RSI standard, but as a cargo ship it has a post box opening to get cargo in, and that's going to be more of an issue on the CL, which I'll talk about later. Moving forward, we have some component bays, as you can see, and you can open these using these little buttons here. If I can buy one and open it, there we go. You have all your components that you can tear out, and we have a big fuel tank here, which I think is quite cool. We've never really seen much of a fuel tank before. I think you can if you go in the Carrack. You can see fuel tanks and things like the Hull C as well, but to see one like displayed so much behind glass is quite cool. More component bays, shiny new fire extinguisher for the Vauxhall fireplay, and then we move forward into our next area. Are these doors automatic? It doesn't look like it. Maybe they are, just the servers being a bit quirky. Oh, they are automatic, okay. So, over to the left, it looks like we've just got some crew quarters. So yeah, 4 bunks, so you can sleep 4 people. And then this is going to be the shoilet, isn't it? The shower toilet combo. Yeah, so the rainfall shower, like most of the ships have nowadays, and then an extending toilet that comes out, and a wash basin. Very nice. I'm liking the colour theme as well, blue and black, very RSI, looks like Connie Taurus colours. And on the right hand side of this corridor we have the galley. So we've got our cooking area, what looks like a microwave. Am I wrong? Oh, just a storage area. Okay, well, that's some kind of microwave cooker thing. Same here. The tap that seems to have generated a bit of controversy with Ollie, which makes me chuckle, just having one tap. And a little galley area. So you've got like a eating area that goes near the window. That goes quite hard. I do like that you can have a look out at the stars while you have your food, or the everything in quantum that's rocketing past. And then carrying on forward we have our bridge. Oh no, we don't. I thought it was the bridge. I'm wrong. Oh no, forget me. This is the more components. And then we have the ladder to get in if you fill the back end up, be it with cargo, whatever, corpses. And then we have the airlock, so we can open this up here if it will play nicely. Server's being a little bit janky that I'm on today, so hopefully it behaves itself. And then you can see the hull has retracted, And we have this airlock. I don't know, aside from all the shader glitching that's going on, I'm guessing they're still working on this because I've seen this on everybody's content that's made this. I don't know if the airlock that we have currently in stations will fit this. I could be wrong, but it doesn't look like it's... This opening here looks far too narrow to me to fit the current airlock bridges that extend from the stations for like the 890, that's my Discord, the 890 and the Hammerhead. So maybe they need to make changes to them, we shall see. And then moving forward, after we get past some suit lockers and a little engineering terminal, which is cool. You see now, if you look on all the engineering terminals, they say coming soon because we're getting engineering. We move forward and then we do get to the bridge. And then you can fly this seat, I have learned, from the co-pilot seat. So there's the co-pilot seat. We have a gunner on the left, more fire extinguishers, more components, a weapon rack in... Take note of this one because this isn't here in the CL. And then we have our bridge, our pilot seat, sorry. As has been the case in this patch, all of the ships come powered on now, so you can see all the MFDs and things straight away. This one feels very bare bones because you've only got 2 screens. I guess I'm feeling spoiled on my 890 and things. But I do like the RSI sort of... It's like a... It almost is like a navy blue, isn't it? A strange bluey purpley colour for the look of the UI for RSI. And here is our Zeus. It's very pretty. I do like it. And we've got 2 forward-facing cannons. I'm assuming that there is pop-out turrets for the gunner. I don't know the weapon loadout of this thing. I haven't really looked it up, really. I don't own one of these. I'm thinking about it. I'm kind of torn because this is like the mid-range RSI ship. And if I was going to buy an RSI ship at this point, the only one I really like and that I really ever liked is the Connie Phoenix. So I used to have one a long time ago and it got upgraded and upgraded and it eventually turned into my 890 jump. So there we go. The Zeus is nice. It would be nice to buy one to sort of complete the set for the spacesuit and things, but we'll see. So that's the ES. I think we'll send this one back down into the depths of my XL hangar and then we'll get in the CL, look at its extra bulk, and we'll take the CL out because it has an extra few party pieces. And here is our CL, so our cargo variant. This one has a bit more chonk to it, it is a bit more fat, PHAT fat, to give the accents of being a hauler, so obviously it's carrying a lot of cargo, so it needs a bit of strengthening in all those hull joints. So we'll make our way inside this one instead. In fact, we won't go in the back. I'll open the back when I can find the button because I'm still very new to the ship, but I want to go in the ladder because I want to at least make a show of going in it because I've not used it. So we find our way underneath. There is our button into ship. Ladder access. There's our ladder. And we're back inside our little atrium where the airlock is. So we have our airlock and our bridge. We will make our way back to the cargo hold. And you can see that this one is a bit bigger. So this one has pushed everything forward. So this big bulkhead here has been shoved forward. I think it was back here where this like rib is inside the ship. But you can see it looks more or less the same from the rear here. The same unfortunate post box opening, which I'm hoping to demonstrate soon enough. We have some component bays again, and this time we have the gun rack off to one side hither. So the gun rack is not near the bridge this time. Like I said, everything has kind of been shoved forwards, as you'll see when we go and look at the crew quarters. So this is narrower, as you can tell. If we step to this side, we have a smaller galley. We still have the nice desk. You can see what our kitchen area has definitely been shrunk down. Goes forward, but doesn't go back as far. And then if we go into the crew quarters, same deal. We don't have our nice little seating area. We have our suit lockers, and then we've got 4 bunks and the toilet, and nowhere near as much space. There's a big bulkhead here now because everything's been moved forward to allow for cargo. So, because cargo is the name of the game with this ship. if we shift forwards, if the doors open for me, there we go. Same deal here, we have our suit lockers and we have our airlock and we have our bridge. More components and co-pilot and gunner. I'm going to see if the gunner has the control for our party piece here. I think it does. And our remote turret. Oh no, so this is the gun, so it does have one underneath. The more you know. I must be in the wrong seat. Let's jump over to the co-pilot seat. There we go. So, this thing deploys, as you saw it opened in 2 doors here. But if we go to our F4 view, you can see now that it has a funky little tractor beam sticking out the back. And it's deployed out of that little area just above the hold, you see? So this thing has essentially got the tractor beam off of the Atlas, I believe. So if we go back into it, if my F key stops misbehaving, there we go, and you can see we've now got a UI for moving cargo. And a lot of hullabaloo has been made about the very cool thing that this does if we rotate it around. As you can see, the whole arm manipulates, so it moves around on this boom arm that comes out. So you have the ability to move around and see things a bit more clearly. The UI is very cool as well. You have elevation, and then you've got almost like a range finder for distance and angle as well as all your max load and stuff like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to go and find a cargo mission or something that we can do. And we're going to mess about with this and load some cargo into it, because I'm very curious to see how easy or hard loading cargo is going to be in this thing. I don't see it being hard. It gets trivialised by that arm, which is good. But I'm still not a fan of the very, very tiny door, which will make loading cargo a lot harder. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go to the trade centre in the Commons, if I can get a train to take me there, because the trains have been a bit funny. And then we're going to buy some cargo. We're going to scoot this thing over to the cargo elevator, and then we're going to go and try and move and or sell some cargo, just to see what the experience is like. And we'll fly this thing around, so you will be able to see it in flight. But I want to focus on the main aspect of this ship and what everyone's going to be buying it for, which is cargo, and it's moving cargo around. So it can hold 128 SCU, I think, which is a little bit more than a Constellation. But everything when you do fill it to that level, it's going to be packed, and you aren't going to be able to go in through the back door. You will have to use the ladder to get in and out, and I'm just torn over it. I'm not a fan, but then again, it's not my kind of ship. So we'll see anyway. Let's go and buy some cargo. Right then, we moved our Zeus across, and I have purchased 148 SCU of that finest cargo commodities, that being scrap. Hopefully it'll be in here when we move the elevator down. The server is being very janky. Now I have my trusty multi-tool. Hopefully I shan't need it. You can see they've changed the UI on the back of the multi-tool now as well, because they're going to get into the state where we're going to get batteries for them. And here is all our SCU cargo. So the 4 SCU cargo, you can see it's these little like hockey puck, square hockey puck shaped ones. I'm going to see how, I'm going to see how well our cargo beam handles it moving these things in. Plenty of space for them. Will they all stack? We shall soon see. We won't get it all in, but I want to try and get as much in as I possibly can and see how well this thing functions. There we go, he's being really buggy and didn't want to let me in the turret. So, Here we go. Is it like the Atlas, or is it just... No, it's scrolly, so it's like the old tractor beams, which is... not sure about that. Not that hard to manipulate. The scroll wheel, like, sensitivity has changed a lot by the looks of it. But it's working. And it's definitely quicker than using a hand tool. It's hard to see which box is which, because there's so many of them. You just see all these markers on the screen. Okay, let's have a play. It's being very laggy with this UI. See how it wants to lay them down the centre line of the ship? So I'm not going to get all these in by far. So you can see because of their... Oh, I didn't mean to exit the turret. Let me back in because it's really janky. There we go. You can see how it's moved them over to the right hand side near this line here. But you would need to fit another 2 SCU in the side here. You can't lay these things down on their sides, unfortunately. But it will let me demonstrate something that I do want to show off, which is another reason why I'm not a fan of this cargo ship as a whole. So we start doing this. The difference with this ship is that things inside, as you can see, can stack 3 high. Or at least they can when they want to move. There we go. So the 2 wide, or sorry, the 2 height SCU containers, you wouldn't be able to do this with an 8 SCU box. You'd be able to put an 8 SCU box and then stack another 2 on top of it. But as you can see, things in this ship stack 3 high. So long as it's 2 SCU containers, or an 8 SCU container, 4 SCU container, anything else, you're probably going to have problems. But the issue, as you can see, is as good as this thing is, it is very, very difficult to manipulate. Not saying it's impossible, just something you've got to get used to and something that you will have to get a knack for. You see how I'm struggling with the last one now to get it into that top level. There's a lot of sensitivity with this thing. There's a little bit of a knack to it that I'm slowly picking up, like lowering it down like this so that you don't bounce the container everywhere when you spin the arm round. But now I've got to get one up there in that top right slot, and as you can see, rotating it doesn't quite want to play nice because it's very sensitive to the controls, especially the scroll wheel. They've made it a lot better than using the multi-tool scroll wheel. Get in the hole. Oh, just like the slightest touch of the scroll wheel sends it flying forwards. No, not going to work. I'm just going to put that one down there. Maybe if I do that and then move it up, it might play nicer. No. You see what I mean? It's very, very, very finicky with something like a 4 SCU container. And I'm not doing this to slight the team or anything, because I love the idea of this tractor beam. Having something like this and this manipulator. You have one in the C1, I believe? Or something similar anyway. And cargo ships like this, they should all have tractor beams. Maybe we'll scoot this one over here and then try and do it that way. Maybe that will work because there's a bit more room. There we go, got there in the end. Right, that'll do for a demonstration. So I've got like 6 something containers in there. But you can see how much I was struggling just to do that. and it's not full. It's nowhere near full, and I still have left room for myself to walk around. So let's jump out the chair and have a look. There we go, you see. That is 3 rows of 4 SCU containers. And there's all your gravity plates. So I got them all in. It's taking me like 5 to 10 minutes to do it with that cargo loading tractor beam. But then you would need to put 2 SCU containers along the side here and in these areas as well to fill it. I imagine that will be very, very, very difficult with the arm to manipulate into these little nooks. You'd have to end up filling quite a bit. Again, not saying it's impossible, you just need a little bit of a finessing tactic, and it's something that you'd have to get used to if you don't have someone helping you. That is, obviously if you've got someone else with you, it makes things a whole lot easier. But solo play, which I do a lot of, and lots of other people do lots of, are you going to close the door? Or are we just being funny? There we go. Yeah, solo players may find it a bit more difficult. Right, let's get this thing out of the hangar and fly it around to wrap up, just so we can feel how the ship feels to fly. Still a lot of that graphical artifacting going on with the DLSS. You can see I moved us over near the cargo bay to make it a little bit easier. Ooh, there we go, there's our landing gear going up and the winglets have come out. Ooh, engine noise sounds cool. Someone else. Oh no, there's an abandoned 400i. It's gone very quiet now we've come away from the spaceport. There we go. That is a Zeus. Engine plumes look cool. I love the engine details. The engines on this one, like I said, are a bit more chunky because it's the cargo variant of the ship. Flying around in atmosphere handles very well. You see our new altimeter. And I also saw that we have the options now to change our configurations. So we can change how our display MFDs work. And we can enable extended info, which gives us our speed on the left hand side, which is what I was missing so much rather than having it down here. It makes it so much easier. But it's nice that they added that little quality of life in. So that is a Zeus. Let's get up into space and see how fast this thing can get through atmosphere. And up to Port Tresla. It's not doing bad considering it's on cruise. And make it start to shift as we climb. So, as we go up, a quick overview of the Zeus. I like it. As I've said, I love the design. The design of it is fantastic. I love it as the new, like, RSI standard, what the sort of some of the design cues that they're going to use moving forward when they do another inevitable constellation rework, or when they update bits of the constellation anyway, to make them a bit more accessible with the technology that's coming in. So, like, maybe new firevoxel grids or something to do with cargo, engineering, all that sort of cool jazz. It's going to need bits of a rework. So yeah, this is essentially like the Connie Mark V. There's no engine noise in this ship. It's a bug. A known bug, I don't know. But I like the cargo arm on the back, like the Spirit series. It's something that lots of cargo ships need. Ships like, I think the Hull C has one, doesn't it? But like the Hercules could do with one. The Freelancer series as well. Even like the Connie Taurus has one as well, doesn't it, underneath? But you get the idea. The cargo ships need tractor beams. Makes them a lot more accessible and easy to use, and easy to load cargo rather than running around using those the two-hand tractor rifles or the multi-tools, especially with the limitations that are coming in that will need queues, basically, that you will have to use an atlas if you're moving large containers around. So swings and roundabouts. But yeah, love the design. Not too much of a fan of the cargo variant because of the limitations that I've described, but again, not necessarily my ship that I'm going to buy. I have my 600i, I have my Carrack, so different tastes for different people. I like the RSI ships, I just prefer the Connie Phoenix myself. So there we go, little overview of the Zeus ships. We still have the EMP variant come out, so like the Bounty Hunter version. That one's going to be interesting to fly. I may upgrade to one of these, I don't know yet. I have a Mark 1 Hornet in my hangar from a pledge from a long time ago that I can update to something, but I'm just waiting to see what else comes out at CitizenCon, because I'm 99% sure we're going to get something dropped at CitizenCon. I don't know if it's going to be that Mirai Guardian ship or something else, but we'll wait and see. So yeah, the Zeus. Let me know what you guys think, and I'm going to carry on messing about with the PTU because I want to go and test the FPS weapon changes. They have made sniper rifles massively, not overpowered, but a lot more powerful now, especially the P6. And the final thing I should probably add in this comment is, if you watched a few videos ago and you saw that my hangar was completely broken on live, Jason, shout out to Jason at the end of the video, who plays with me and Ollie. He gave me a lift up to Port Tresla, and I managed to claim everything on the inside the small hangar in Port Tresla, and it worked. It cleared my hangar on New Babbage, and I was able to come back down and use my hangar, and now I can actually play on live if we go and do something on live, because my hangar is now accessible again. So that workaround that I described in the video did work, for me at least. I know it's not worked for a lot of people, but it worked for me, so worth a try if you're stuck. You just need someone to give you a lift up to one of the spaceports. If you already have a spaceport or something broken, it's probably worth going somewhere else and claiming things elsewhere. But you have to claim everything, even like ground vehicles. That's why I actually did it in the hangar. I went into the hangar and used the terminal inside the hangar so I could claim my Pulse and my Nox and my Ursas and the Cyclone. You have to do every single vehicle. So that works. Little ending as an aside. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. If you think I deserve it, please give the video a like and a sub if you fancy sticking around. If you want to try Star Citizen, you can use my referral code on screen when registering. That gives us both in-game credits to help us both out as well. See you in the next one.